way beyond what I could achieve, so I kind of scrapped that one. But it'd be something that you couldn't do on any other device because you wouldn't have access to that many accelerometers.
Cool. All right, so go ahead.
For like our design for numbers, what I kind of liked about it, what I think it kind of excelled, is that it felt more physical and it emphasized the multiplier aspect of the devices, which I think is something where it shines over, say, an iOS kind of game.
Yeah, I definitely saw you guys having fun over there.
Or as a derivative, you could do something, you know, obviously if pricing worked out, that you'd be able to have a mass amount of devices, something where you have one in the center that announces which one you need to find, and then everyone tries to dig through and find the one that's...
How many are we talking here? Like a box of them?
But if there's anything that, you know, in my experience with it, that I think would be neat to see in the future, is being able to have communication between base stations. Because, you know, my experience was coming into this, I had Brainstorm, and the first thing I thought I wanted to do was like Tamagotchi. This is perfect. So you can take it, you can feed it, you can train it, you could, you know, equip it, and then you battle with somebody else. But the dynamic of that falls through, and it's like, oh, you have to do that all locally, and that really is something you do over time. It's not all in the same room altogether. So you'd have to be able to use separate base stations, or the base station be able to communicate with the network,
yeah,
so that you could have some type of persistent data that way. And then that kind of shut things down.
That would be awesome, you know, because then you know, say you want to add text to speech or something that would probably be too much for it on its own. But like those, you know, phones and stuff do, they don't actually, you know, interpret what you're saying and stuff right on the phone. A lot of times they send it, you know, via the network to a server somewhere that figures out what, you know, the sounds mean, and then sends the information back. You know, just use it that way. Yeah. And that way you get a lot more functionality without having to have the processing power to handle it.
Cool. So, I mean, anyone have any more like final thoughts on the other experience?
This was fun.
Yes. That's always good to hear.
I think it would have been really helpful to have like some of those kind of beginner library functions for people that just want to like try out stuff and not worried about like doing the most optimized way to do it or trying to figure out the quote unquote right way to do it for the thing. They're just like, hey, I want to try drawing something to the screen and see what that's like. But I want to have to go through like tons of example code and tear things apart and read this long technical documentation just to try out, like, get your feet wet in it. I think, obviously, as soon as you start hitting walls, you're going to start digging in and getting more technical. But there's, I think, a huge amount of value in getting, like, early wins and being able to, like, get excited about it and do neat stuff right away when you're more likely to persist through a lot of the slogging through the technical documentation. Because you don't have to do it all at once.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to make this graphics work a little bit differently. Okay, cool. Now I'll look at the documentation. Now that I'm not just using this simple way of drawing to the screen. So like that's like what I was trying to build in my stuff was just so I could do that in the future and not have to like spend a lot of time. But obviously I'm not going to draw the same way every time. But if I just want to draw that way, I got an easy way to do it. So stuff like that for beginners would make like just getting into programming for it that much easier. So you're not having to spend a whole weekend jam just to learn how to do it.
Good points.
I thought the simulator was pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
The one complaint with the simulator is that we had to do a lot of testing with physical devices simply because it's a lot easier to shake physical devices than on
Yes,
simulator.
that's a good point.
And it's like really impossible to get it to shake.
Maybe there's a big key to hold down and shake it.
The only downside is no stacking on there. You just can't just looking at the whole stack.
So one other idea, not that I'm assuming that the design is up for consideration, but it seems like it might be cool if instead of having a base station, there could be like two white blocks and one black block, and the black block acts as the base station. So instead of having to carry a base station and multiple blocks, you have your blocks and they can play, you know, independently. So you get the same functionality. Obviously, that one's more complicated, but it seems like in terms of making it portable, or especially if there was interaction between my blocks and your blocks, then not having to have an extra base station might start making that a little bit nicer and cooler. or you could just like carry your block in your pocket, they have their block in their pocket, and you can start, you know, doing some interactions there.
That's true. Cool. Okay. We're good to go? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. All right, well, thank you guys all for coming. I mean, the next thing we're going to be doing is the raffle real quick for the people who wanted to, because we're giving away one set of the cubes. And then after that, I have the Subtil t-shirts, whoever wants one, to get one. And then after that, you are free to go.
Do you mind if I mention one thing that's coming up?
Sure, go ahead.
Just you know, just FYI for anyone who's interested. So I work for BlackBerry, and in a week there's a portathon coming up. It's virtual, so you don't